valiant endeavor and races on the public highway. All these years, as built an organization of trained men who know how to serve. They know how to keep their car running he goes to the first light beam. And you know that your car is right from the finish. The volume of business being large, the overhead is low. And you know that your car is right from the second light beam at the finish. The volume of business being large, here too, you will find the most modern, up-to-date shop equipment, which assures the most...
Hi, I'm Roy Brizio. Welcome to my shop.
Roy lived with his dad, so every place his dad went, every car show he went to, every drag race he went to, every event he went to, Roy would be with him. Everybody knew Roy. Every guy, all the guys that did it back in the old days always knew Roy. Gave him things, signed things for him because he was like a mascot, you know.
I think I knew early on this is kind of what I wanted to do, and so as I was growing up, my dad had his own shop, and I was working in his shop when I was a kid, and it was fun. You know, I learned from the guys that he had working there. I would ask a lot of questions, and when I finally decided this is what I wanted to do, he said, "You don't want to do this, you'll never make any money." And he was right. I struggled for years, about 20. And you know, you work 6-7 days a week, but it all paid off eventually. But you know, it's like anything else. You do it from your heart, and it's something you love to do, and hopefully, you know, you'll make some money along the way. Typical day in the shop for me is full throttle all day. People have asked me, you know, how have your cars differed over the years? And really, we're still building the same cars we were building 35, 36 years ago. They've just gotten fine-tuned. I mean, we just got better at it. This here is the basic frame when we start one of these projects. It starts with a pair of frame rails. We determine what engine and transmission we're going to put in. If it's a Chevrolet or a Ford, you know, our customers have their preference. We build the chassis first and determine what it's going to have for drivetrain. This guy wants power brakes. It'll have disc brakes in the front. You can see here, like this particular car, it's 1932 Ford. We just mounted the body on it. And then we'll start putting the fenders and fitting all the sheet metal to it. And then it'll, you know, kind of move on down the road here. Every single part of this car gets put together before it gets taken apart to paint and send out all the pieces for chrome plating. Guys want them to be like a brand new car to drive, but they want it to look like it's an old car. We put 300 miles on these cars before we deliver them to the customers, and then we try to find all the problems with them, and hopefully there's no problems. But there's always a problem, and so we fix them before we give them to the customer, and then they can go on their trip. You know, a lot of them are traveling with their wives or kids, and most of them don't know how to work in their own car. They're not mechanics, they're enthusiasts, and so they're looking for something they can get in and like their family vehicle and just enjoy something and drive across country. Eric Clapton, he actually came through one of my other customers, Jimmy Vaughn, and Jimmy Vaughn's from Austin, Texas, and Jimmy and Eric are great friends, and they play together, and Eric happened to mention to Jimmy, "Hey, I'd like to get a hot rod like yours. What do I do?" And he said, "I'll introduce you to my friend Roy." And that's how Eric came along. And it's kind of how it works. You know, you find people you trust and you like working with, and you share them with your friends. There's a rumor out there that Jeff Beck actually said that he would quit playing guitar if he can come work here at the shop. And Jeff is a hands-on guy. It's a hobby, but he looks at it just like he plays guitar. You know, he wants to fine-tune his craft, and he does that with his hot rods. Some of his first cars, they were a little crude, but I'm sure it's no different than, you know, for him playing guitar. You know, he'll listen to something that he did 35 years ago and say, oh my God, is that me?
I hung out all the time with his dad when he had the tire shop, when he built the Roadsters, and when he had Champion Speed Shop. And he was the starter at Half Moon Bay all the time, and I always went with him at Half Moon Bay because I'm a car crazy guy, and traveled with him a lot. When we used to go to all the shows around the country and the drag races, and I don't know if you know about the dragster that's on the wall over there. Yeah, well, Jim grew up with me, that owned Champion Speed Shop, Jim McGlennon. So we were close friends. So the three of us were all close. So I always hung out with them. So I was nobody, but I was always with them. So everybody thought I was somebody, just like you guys. You know, you must work here or something. No, I'm just hanging out. I come here every Friday for the last 10 or 15 years, mainly to just hang out and watch what's going on. I love to watch the cars being built and the progress they go through. And when I first came here, he used to kick me out because I'd talk to the guys and they'd stop working. Now it's okay because now he can't kick me out. He can't get rid of me.
Then we have some fossils here in the shop, some very rare fossils.
See what I have to put up with? His cars are bulletproof. He's an honest guy and he's well liked. You know, you'll never see him dressed any fancier. He doesn't want to sign autographs. He doesn't want to, he's not look at me, whoa, look at me. You know, all the stuff that goes with it. He's just a nice guy. Nice guy.
You know, driving these hot rods down the road just puts smiles on people's faces. You know, if you're driving a Ferrari, they're looking at you like you're just a rich guy. You drive these old cars and people just want to ask questions, they want to point, they want to wave, they're smiling with you. It's a great experience. Plus, you know, being out in the wind and just, you know, enjoying it. It's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. One of the most rewarding things for me doing these projects is seeing your customer happy and talking to them later and running into them at a car show. He's telling you about all the experiences he's had in his car with either with his children, his wife, his friends, or whatever. And that's very rewarding for us.
After a car goes out, T Roadsters. There's the Allison against the twin Chevy.